Yo, what up? It's the kid CJ City. You already know what it is, CJ City TV. So we back with another vlog today, guys. I got a dope conversation that I just want to stir up, and I just want to get all my subscribers, get all the fans engaged, involved in this conversation. So this is what we're going to do today, man. I know you guys have heard about the Mount Rushmore, man. You got the four most iconic presidents. They did a sculpture. They carved their faces in the mountain, man. You know, that's just four iconic people that represent our country. So they do this in other genres, man. So they do, like, if you had a Mount Rushmore of music, who would be on it, right? So they'll say like Tupac, Biggie, and all that good stuff. Do the same thing with basketball. If you had a Mount Rushmore of basketball, who are the four faces of the NBA and things of that nature, man? Nobody has ever done a Mount Rushmore of sneakers, man. So that's what we're going to do today, man. I'm going to give you my Mount Rushmore. If I had a Mount Rushmore of Jordan sneakers, what four sneakers are iconic, are the face of Jordan brand, just represent Jordan, and you just cannot live without these four Jordans. So that's what I'm going to do. I want you guys to leave some comments. Give me your Mount Rushmore as well. What are the four most iconic Jordan sneakers of all time? That's what we're doing here, man. So I'm giving you my Mount Rushmore, and I'm going to explain every shoe. I'm going to explain why. So if I had a Mount Rushmore, right, you know, and I had to get four iconic Jordan shoes, four shoes that represent Jordan that you cannot live without, these are the four that I will put on my Mount Rushmore. So the first shoe we're going to have to put on this Mount Rushmore is going to be the Jordan 1, the bread colorway, guys. This shoe really is like a trailblazer. This set the tone for every Jordan, man. This was the first Jordan to ever come out. You know, this was the Jordan that got, you know, Jordan fine. This was the banned Jordans. People were looking at these shoes like, you can't wear these in the NBA. What are you doing? It just defined everything, man. It just set the tone for sneakers. So you cannot live without the Jordan 1 breads. And then when those shoes come out, everybody want to get their hands on those shoes. It's just a super iconic Jordan. So that Jordan 1 bread has to go on a Mount Rushmore of Jordans. The second shoe that we're going to talk about that definitely belongs on this Mount Rushmore of Jordan sneakers is going to be the Jordan 3 Cements. It has to be the Jordan 3 Cements. If you guys are not familiar with the background story, this is the first time Tinker came on board and designed a shoe. We all know how iconic Tinker Hatfield is with the Jordan brand, what he symbolizes in the Jordan brand. This was the first shoe that he designed. Quick backstory, if you don't know, Jordan was not really happy with the direction that the shoes were going, you know, with the Jordan 1s and the Jordan 2s. He was actually rumored to leave Nike and go with Adidas after the Jordan 2. Tinker Hatfield came on the scene. He designed the Jordan 3 Cements. Jordan was feeling them. He signed a big contract. He said, yo, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stick around as long as this man can design my shoes. That is just iconic. You cannot live without the Jordan 3 Cements. So the Jordan 3 Cements have to go on this Mount Rushmore of Jordan sneakers, guys. So the next one that we're going to talk about is obviously the Jordan 11, right? This one just, you know, it just changed the whole sneaker community when this shoe came out. Now, for the sake of being fair, we can only choose one Jordan 11. If we wanted to, we could put the freaking Columbias on there. We could put the Space Jam. We could put the Breads. We could put the Zens. We could put, you know, the Concords, the Space Jams, all that crazy stuff, right? But we want to make it fair. We don't want to just have a Mount Rushmore of all Jordan 11s, right? So I just had to boil down, and I just had to narrow it down to one Jordan 11 sneaker, and in my eyes, it all boiled down to the Bread 11s and the Concord 11s. But for me, that Concord 11 has to go on that Mount Rushmore of Jordans, man. When this shoe first came out, this was actually the first Jordan 11 released to come out to the public in 1995. And when it came out, yo, it just dropped the whole bomb on the sneaker community. Jordan 11s are the most popular Jordans out right now, thanks to this Concord, man. Like I said, this was the first release. Yo, that patent leather on there, the silhouette, everything about this shoe represents the Jordan sneaker brand. This has to go on the Mount Rushmore of Jordans, man. So that is the third shoe that I will put on there. Now the fourth and the final shoe is where it kind of gets tricky, because, you know, you wanna pick one of your favorite shoes, right? You're thinking about this shoe. Oh, this is one of my favorite shoes. Oh, I remember back in high school when I got this shoe, what happened? You have to take favoritism out of everything, guys. You can't say, yo, this is the best colorway, so I'm putting it on the Mount Rushmore. You can't do that. You really have to see what it stood for, what did it represent, and would the sneaker community be the same without this shoe, or would Jordan brand be the same without this shoe? So you got to be fair and you got to take favoritism out of this, and that's what I did because I love so many other shoes over this shoe that I'm about to put on the Mount Rushmore. But you know, it really boiled down to the Flu Game 12s and the Last Shot 14s. Those were the two, that just represents so much when it comes to the Jordan brand and when it comes to Jordan sneakers. You know, I kind of had to go with the Last Shot 14s. And like I said, I love a lot of shoes over the 14s, but that Last Shot 14, we all see the picture of him crossing over Brian Russell, man. You know, that 14 just represents so much. You got the beginning and then you got the end. To me, that's where the Jordan sneakers end, at the Last Shot 14. Like all the 15s, 16s, 17s, 30s, all that stuff is like extra. You know, it all boils down to that Last Shot Jordan 14. What that represents, Jordan's last shot, his last bucket was a swish. Oh my gosh, it just represents so much for the Jordan brand and the Jordan sneaker community. So I have to take that Jordan 14 Last Shot, and we got to put that on the Mount Rushmore. So just briefly recap, I got the Bread Ones on my Mount Rushmore. I got the Cement 3s on my Mount Rushmore. I got the Jordan 11 Concords on my Mount Rushmore. And last but certainly not least, I got the Last Shot Jordan 14s on my Jordan sneaker Mount Rushmore. I am super excited. I want to know what you guys think out there about my Mount Rushmore. What would your Mount Rushmore be for sneakers and just the whole Jordan brand? You know, I'm not involved in Nikes and Adidas and things of that nature. I might do that next. I don't know. But this is just Jordan sneakers Mount Rushmore. If you were to have a Mount Rushmore, what would it be? Leave some comments and let me know. You already know what it is. CJ City TV. Make sure you subscribe to the page. Make sure you like this video. Leave some comments. You already know what it is. Make sure you tune in every Sunday, 1 o'clock. We got brand new videos. I appreciate all the love out there. Salute.